What's up, y'all? And welcome back to the Palace Pistons report. And we'll review that game, the last game, game three, and look at game four with that preview. But well, go hit that like and subscribe, and please, send the Pistons some prayers or some hope or some aggressiveness. So we all saw it. Go ahead. I'll let Caddy go ahead and start us out. What happened in game three, brother?
Man, game three, they didn't come out. Uh, they keep starting slow, man. It's like you got to come out with that same aggressiveness that you did, like at the end of game two in that third quarter. And also, man, like you could say they kind of picked it up in the fourth when they felt like, oh, we might lose this game. They need that all game, man. If they don't have that all game, it's a good possibility they're gonna lose it because the team's pretty much even, except for when we play, Detroit defense and Detroit basketball. So for me, that was the difference in the whole game. They was playing too lackadaisical, had too many turnovers, wasn't playing that defense to get the fast break started. So they got to come out aggressive from the get go and do it the whole game, not just spurts.
So for me, fellas, I didn't watch
What
the
you
game,
think?
game three. So I saw the highlights when I got home. So what I'm seeing is the Pistons need to get back to that intensity defensively. Their team needs to start playing good defense again, and that causes better offense for the Pistons when they play better defense. So get back to play better defense, and also get during the ball early in these next game. Get during the ball early, let them get started early, and get in the game started that way. So let's see how game four goes, fellas.
I would agree with you, J Rev. What my predictions been based upon is how the team's been playing all season, of course, and now we are not seeing that. But what I would like to see going in the next game, I agree with you. The game got to be played through Duran, and we got to get him going, or we're going to find out a lot of stuff that we're going to need to know going into the offseason concerning him. So yeah, I would like to see a more aggressive, more game plan. Jalen Duran going in the next game.
Hold on before you go, Zach. Hold on before you go, because you just gave them alleyway of alleyways. All season, that's what you focus on. These cats have no intensity and no intention on making this a game. That game for. So we need to start looking at the offseason, what moves need to be made, and it's right there in our faces. They need to go ahead and ship Karis LeVert out of town. He was brought in to be
All
that
right,
second
before
ball
before we
handler.
before we start looking in the off season, Zach, go ahead. What happened in game three?
All right, appreciate you, Torrance. Yeah, the team that won is the team that showed up in game three. They let the Magic control the game from the get go. The Magic were more aggressive. The Pistons had way too many unforced turnovers. They spent pretty much the entire game playing catch up to the Magic instead of controlling the game from the get go. Um, yeah, the team
Now
that won game two.
they had a lead in the beginning of the game, right? I know I was cooking for most of for like at least the beginning of the game. I was at least hearing them say they had like an 8 point lead, right?
At one point in time, they did have an 8 point lead.
It was a
But
small one,
Zach
Yeah.
is
yeah.
right.
I think
But
that's what
they,
it was.
Zach is right though. It's one of them leads that
yeah,
at any moment you knew they were going to lose. It wasn't a lead that you thought they were
yeah,
going to build on. It was a
it was.
lead that it
So
was
when
like,
Yeah, it
they
wasn't
had a lead
secure
at
at all.
some point, the Pistons were looking good and they were they was doing their thing. And then it was a turning point. What do y'all if y'all can remember if y'all got one of those? What do y'all think the turning point was?
Mm,
I would say this. I would say it was probably the refs. The game plan I think that Mosley started to play is let's get in their heads and let's see if the refs gonna let us do it. And I think the refs let them do it. And that's where I don't want to blame it on that, but certainly when the flagrant fouls and all the reviewable calls and stuff happened, that's when Magic started like
Yeah,
just
that's how I was looking for somebody to say something about that, man.
yeah.
That
yeah,
was
that
man.
flagrant foul on Stu was even the commentators was like, that's not a
Yeah,
flagrant foul.
yeah,
one
that
thing I
wasn't a
hate. Do
flagrant
y'all?
foul at
I want
all.
to ask y'all this. Do y'all remember when players that played like that back in the day? They didn't like they wasn't celebrated. Like they wasn't thought of as smart, heady players. they're looked at as B words. And I feel like that's what they should be looked at. Like he did all that. He act like he got hit in the nose. He did all that scrambling around on the ground and everything. And then the next thing that you see is him yelling and pointing up at the jumbotron on the sidelines. Not a pink, not because he real light skinned, so his face ain't pink, ain't got a red mark, ain't got nothing on his face. So it's like you ain't even trying to act like you really got hit.
Yep. And there
I,
was a
it's,
couple. It was a couple plays they was telling the refs like they would, hey, look at that, look at like it was like a few like, is that what we playing for now? Really? Like, and then like I said, Tony and all them. Well, I could call them out. They just fell right into it. Oh, we're gonna view for heinous acts and all this, and yeah, they're right. But I'm like, all right, well, this is how it's gonna go.
Man, I think that was like a reputation call on Stu, man.
Yeah,
Oh
That's
yeah,
the
for
only
I
sure.
reason
was
they
just
really
about
He
to
called
say
knew
it,
it.
that.
man.
It
He
was
knew it.
it
That's
was
why
That
he
yeah.
was
was.
no.
Yeah, Stewart's reputation definitely doesn't help him when it comes to foul reviews.
mhm.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
Yeah,
almost got kicked out for that. If they wouldn't determine that Carter lost his balance,
Yeah,
he
you're
did
right.
have him by the jersey. He
No,
had him by the
because
jersey.
he threw himself on the ground like a B word would.
You
Mm-hmm.
right, but I'm saying he had. If you looked at it, you just prior to him releasing, he had him by the jersey. So that's just something that the rest would have been like, oh yeah, he had him, but he threw him or whatever the case may be. He was just lucky, and like you said, Stewart's reputation does not help him. But he's
yeah.
he, you know what Draymond Green going through.
Right, right. So, Day or D. Will, you had kind of led us there. So, is this series over?
Yeah, yep. I hate to say it, but yes, they don't match the now. Before the season began, before the series began, I think we did determine that Orlando was not an ordinary 8 seed. Had they not had the
Yeah.
injuries they had, they probably would have been a 5 or 6, maybe even a 4 seed. But that still doesn't change what Detroit should have done. But they didn't come out and match their energy. I think that it'll be another. They'll be riding off the crowd in Orlando, and I think a hole will be dug too deep for us to come up out of.
So even given still, they had like I said they had like a 7 or 8 point lead at some point in the game yesterday on the road. You don't think that they could maybe turn it around and win one more game in the or win game four?
I, I I would want to say yes because of Game Three, how they know they have to be focused, but I just don't see the drive. I just don't see. We're sitting here talking about we need to go through Duran and stuff like that. Yeah, Duran needs to step. I mean, he did step up in Game Three a little bit, but that's not it, bro. 4, 5, 5 for the second straight game. 5 Orlando starters in double figures, and I mean high double digits. Detroit's got 4 people in double digits. One of them was just barely got in double digits. That's never going to win you a game. And then you take the emotional crowd in Orlando, knowing that they can go up 3-1, and then how the series is going to fade after that 3-1 lead. They really don't care about coming back to Detroit, win or lose, because they're playing with house money. At that point in time, they come back to Orlando for Game 6.
Word, word. So go ahead, Caddy. You're shaking your head. Is this series over?
Nah, I wouldn't say it's over just yet, man. We got to make some adjustments. We got to get the JD that we had in the regular season, and plus the Pistons. They usually play better when they backs to the wall, especially when they you know. I know it's playoff, but in the season, like they barely lost two in a row. You know what I'm saying? So when they back to the wall, they usually come out a little bit more aggressive, play a little better. So I wouldn't say it's over, but I mean, if we get the same team we that played in game three and then no adjustments, no changes, then it could pretty much be over. But far as the Piston history, I think they know like if we lose this, it's pretty much over. So I think they're gonna come play aggressive and backs against the wall. They gonna play how they supposed to play. But we got to get Durham to play, man. I don't know. You just got if you got to give B-ball Paul some more minutes because he came in, he played his minutes, he came with the offense, but I don't know if it's just a matchup thing, but something we got to do with JD, man. If he don't play like he supposed to play, then we
Yeah,
might lose this series.
I thought Paul Reed played too, but I looked on the box score. They had him as a DNP, so I don't know what was up with that. But
Nah,
my
he
apologies.
played. He played, and he made
No,
a
he
great
Right,
played.
impact.
right. I
Yeah.
know I for sure heard his name, but and
Hey,
I'm
T,
sending
can I
I'm
ask
sending in
this
the
question
chat.
to Caddy? Hey, T, let me ask this question to Caddy. Caddy, do you think that that with the adjustments that you talked about need to be made? Do you think that we will see Duran get less minutes and then we go to Stewart and B-ball Paul a little bit more in game 4 just to
Let's
round
talk.
them out?
Let's wait for that for game 4 for review. That's a good one though. But let's say that for the game 4 preview. So go ahead,
Okay.
John. Is the series over with?
No, but I tell y'all, fellas, game one, I said it's going to probably go six. So they lost the game off turnovers like yesterday with Cade turning the ball over, and they lost the game one by not being having the Detroit basketball this being lax days ago. So I said the series going six from the jump. I thought it was going to go six. Orlando's proven us they're a tough team too. As long as we all tough them like we did in game two, like how we did in the third quarter, man, that was a great Piston quarter, fellas. So I'm not giving up on this team. I think we're good. I think we got to get more focus on the task, man. Playing good defense, getting turnovers, and getting fast break points. And I will tell y'all too, get our shooting back, man. Get Duncan some clean looks, Herder some clean looks when he come in the game. Just get our shooters going too, man. We need our shooters to start getting going for this game 4 too. So I'm not saying it's over. If we lose game 4, I think we're wrapped. But if we win game 4 and decisively, we should be fine.
Yeah. Hate to ride the JD train, but I mean, we gotta it got the game got to be played through him. I mean, he's our
Is
valid
the
second option.
series over?
No,
Now you can elaborate, but I'm just is the
no.
series
Okay,
over
all
with?
right. No, I was gonna end with that, but no, it's not. No, it's not because we're going to play our JD. I would like to play our JD or bust card. Like he's our second option. The game got to be played. I say more inside out.
All
Tobias
right, so
Harris.
let's
He's
we'll say that for the game 4 preview then. Zach, go ahead.
okay.
Is the series over with?
No, no, the series isn't over with. Yeah, game three was definitely frustrating to watch. It was definitely like watching game one on replay. But we definitely gotta make some adjustments, just like Caddy said, just like Jay Riv said, just like Q said. Basically, the team that won game two, that's the team that has to show up for the rest of the series. We got to play Detroit basketball. We got to control the game from the jump. We can't let the Magic go on their runs and put the game out of reach where we end up playing, spending the entire game playing catch up to them instead of them playing catch up to us. So yeah, we definitely got to make some adjustments. But no, the series ain't over.
Or I agree with that, but even in game 2, it was tied at, or it was real tight at half. Was it tied at half?
Tired
And
of
then
having
Tied
you
at
know
half.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
they kind of got the running on them in the third. But real quick, do you have an update to your series predictions? Like John said, he already picked. He was going six, so he's sticking with that six. If anybody else remember theirs, go ahead around the horn. Dave, you got one, or do you remember yours? You want to
I think
update yours?
I said Pistons in 5, but I'm gonna cross my fingers and say Pistons in 7.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I had Pistons in 5 too, man, but apparently that's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna say 7 because it's always a close game. So I'll say 7. Pistons in 7.
But I'm gonna stick with my six, fellas. I think they're gonna still win the six. I think they win game 4 and come back at home and win game 5 and knock them out in six, man. Once they get that momentum in game 4, I think they still gonna knock them out in six. I got to. I'm gonna keep game 6.
I had a gentleman's sweep, but I'm gonna go with the next best. I'm gonna agree with J Rev. I'm gonna say 6. Hopefully that this Jalen Duran situation gets figured out, and we get our second R star, and then everything flows in motion how it did all season long. So yeah, 6.
I'm gonna say Pistons in six as well. I think hopefully that um, this past game was a wake up call for our guys. I think we're gonna make our adjustments, and then once we make those adjustments, I think we'll continue to ride that wave. And then yeah, I'm gonna say Pistons in six.
All right, so let's see how it end up going. At least y'all are still picking the Pistons to win this series, even though Dave was ready to go ahead and order his Piston swim trunks. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at the Pistons box score. So leading the Pistons, leading the way for the Pistons was Cade Cunningham with 27. He also had 9 dimes to say what as George Blaha might say, but he also had 9 turnovers. It was a real bad game with him with that kind of thing. Jalen Durham with his best game of the series, probably with 8 points and 9 boards. He also fouled out of that thing. One of y'all said he had 5 blocks. I kept hearing his name, like he was definitely out there on that in that aspect.
Yep.
Tobias Harris chipped in his 23. Tobias Harris had a real good game. it's
He did.
it's terrible that they end up losing this game
Clutch
for
buckets.
that reason. Right. He man, he was keeping it tight. And then Quincy's homie, and that's I'm looking at this where it go. Asura Thompson. Oh, never mind. Yeah, no, yeah, man, he had his best game of of the series with 17 and 8. He was everywhere, and he had a real good defensive game. Um,
5 blocks.
That's crucial.
Five block.
Orlando, and we never mentioned the score of the game. And the final score was 113 to 105. Orlando Magic won, but Pablo Banchero led the way. Or no, he didn't lead the way. It was him and Desmond Bain led. Was at the top with 25. Desmond Bain had a real good game from three, went 7 and 9. Was this was Deville's weak point here. They couldn't stop him from hitting them joints for some reason. Franz Wagner. Whenever, if it wasn't Boncaro or Desmond Bain, for some reason it seemed like Franz Wagner was everywhere else. Jalen Suggs and his whole ass, I don't even want to talk about him. And Wendell Carter Jr. was probably their player of the game, man. He had a monster of a game, man. 14 points,
17
17
boards.
huge rebounds, man. It was some great big old rebounds too. I forgot to put theirs on the board, but there it is. And fuck them, we don't care about them no way. But go ahead and look at them. Go ahead and look at the team stats right quick.
Hey,
And
hey,
go
I'd
ahead.
be remiss, man. I'd be remiss if we don't, as a Piston, Michigan, or whatever case, commentary, man. Uh, I know he's Orlando, but give some love to Pontiac's own Jamal Kane. He played some big minutes defensively on Cade, and he gave Orlando some energy. No, I'm not giving Orlando no love on this
No, no,
channel, but
no.
I'm just simply
Absolutely,
saying,
absolutely. No, no,
He had a
no.
Pontiac's
clutch
own is
three
proud
too.
of. Yeah, what you say, Q?
Yeah, he had that clutch three too. Yeah, had the announcers on him for a minute for that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You gotta give respect where respect due. That's Pontiac raised, and he's on the biggest stage right now in his performance. So gotta give him some love.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I would say fuck him. I don't know who his people is, but go ahead and look at these
Pontiac is
teams.
his people. Pontiac is his
I
people.
mean, fuck him. I don't mean it like for real, but I won't even say it jokingly because I don't know his people is. But Pistons led 44%. The Magic led that with 45% from three, of course, with a huge game from Desmond Bain. Pistons led it with 83% field goal. Magic out rebounded Pistons 48 to 42. Pistons led it with 24 assists, 12 blocks, and they also led by two with 16 turnovers. They outscored them in the paint, 40 points in the paint. They had one more foul somehow, some way with 25 to 24. And the largest, I was wrong, so I will apologize. I said it was like 8 or something like that. It wasn't 8. It said the largest lead for the Pistons was 4. Largest lead for the Magic was 17.
I think
So
that's off. I think that's off because
yeah,
I can
I
specifically remember them having being up 8 points.
and I can't remember them saying it on the broadcast as well. But either way, go ahead, Quincy. Since your guy had probably the best game of the joint, and everybody else want to pick bench players, you go start off y'all player review with Asur Thompson. What did he end up doing for us?
everything that he needed to. Actually, I believe he did more than what he had to do. Hustle plays, cleaning up the boards offensively. He did like a lot of offensive putbacks, attacking the rim. I felt like he did more than what he had to. What I would probably wanted to see more from him is to be more on Desmond Bain hip. See if they can maneuver the defense so he can follow Bain more when he get hot like that. But outside of that, Thompson, yeah, he showed up, and I would say more than he had to.
Who's next?
I do mine, fellas. I'm gonna do Isaiah Stewart. He had 3 points, 3 rebounds, one block. They got in his head today in Orlando. He had that fraudulent flagrant foul during the game. Second quarter was blatant, with no flagrant foul, but that got in his head in the end of the half. Like D. Will said, that foul on Wendell Carter got in his head too at the end of halftime. So not a great game for Stu, but I think he'll bounce back in game 4 and have a better game.
Yeah, if I had to pick a player, I'm gonna go Tobias Harris.
No, you gonna
We
pick
always
your
have
player. Who you pick? Who did you pick? Did you pick Kevin Herter or somebody or Dennis
No, he
Dinkins
wasn't
or
on, he wasn't
somebody?
on last game,
I wasn't
last
on
show.
last.
No. It's from remember from the jump. Y'all pick a player. Y'all can ride with them from the
Oh
jump.
Game
yeah,
two.
yeah.
Oh, what I had? What I don't even remember who I had. Let's see. Was it Herder?
No,
I don't
No,
remember.
I had heard her.
Zach had heard
I
her.
had heard her.
In my bad.
Yeah, that's.
In that case, no. Yo, John had beef stew.
Yeah, has to.
Who you have? Deville.
I think I might have had
He
Cade
probably
Cunningham actually.
he probably no. Hey, I don't
No, I
think. Ain't
remember what
nobody
D
picked
No,
Will had.
Cade.
nobody
I
had
was waiting
K.
for him to say it.
He
I
probably
know. I
picked. He
remember
probably
who
picked
exactly
JB
who he picked.
Bickerstaff. Who he picked? Who he
I
picked?
know
Zach?
exactly who he picked.
So why
He's
you
just
won't
not
tell
saying the
us?
name.
Tell us. We
we
can't
have
Who
play
did I
that
pick
game.
for real?
I
Who
know
did I
who he
pick?
picked. He's just refusing to say his name.
No,
No,
I
he
don't
already
think he
I
remembered.
forgot. Who did I pick? You
we
remember
picked
Zach?
Zach.
Who did I pick?
And I don't remember who you picked. I
Oh
remember
my
who D
god.
Will picked for sure.
Oh my
He just didn't
god.
want to say his name. I don't remember who you picked though.
I'm not saying his name.
Yeah,
I'm not saying his
I
name.
know D. Will's name.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
know. I
ain't
know
don't
exactly who he
nobody
picked.
remember who Deville picked.
That's why he's not even looking at the camera right now. He don't even want
I
to
want
mention
I
his
want to
name.
say DeVille. I want to say DeVille picked Devontae Green, but that does not. It
I
doesn't.
don't think he did. I don't think he picked
Yeah,
Devontae Green.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
why I
Somebody
don't think
picked.
he. I
Devontae
don't think
Green.
Somebody
he.
picked Kevin Herter. Who did?
Zach
I
picked
did.
Zach
Kevin
picked
Hurd.
Kevin
I
Hurd.
picked
All
Kevin
right.
Porter. Don't worry. I'm gonna get into him. Don't worry.
Somebody. They know. Did you pick? Did you pick? No,
Uh,
no, no. Go ahead. No. I'll go back and see. This is where the
I
producer
thought it
comes
was
in.
Thompson, but I could be wrong. I thought it
No,
was
no,
a
no, no,
source,
no,
but I
no, no,
could.
no, no. You or maybe you. I don't know. You who do know who they had?
I know I had Stu for
No,
sure.
All
I had
right,
Porter.
all right.
And I had disappeared Jenkins.
Zach and then
Yeah.
Dave. Zach and then Dave, and now I'm about to do the research on Caddy. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So, well, I picked Kevin Porter, and he played 15 minutes, fellas, yesterday. He had 0 points, so he was a non-factor in the scoring department. But he did have 5 assists. So even though he wasn't scoring, he was setting up guys for shots and helping them score. But he needs to score. He needs to help pick up the scoring slack. It can't just be Cade. It can't just be Asar. He definitely got to do his part going into Game 4.
I would like to add something. I don't know whether Caddy did pick Twin. Like Twin is my favorite player. I didn't pick him. I remember who I led in with. It was Ron Holland.
Yes, you did. Yes.
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
so
coming back to me.
Caddy
yeah.
did
I think
pick
I had
Twin
a
in there.
SAR because remember I was
He
saying
picked
most of all
Twin.
his.
Okay, so yeah, mine was Ron Holland. He been in for a lot of hustle plays still. But I would like to see more of the bench, the second unit, go through him. Um, Especially to get some of the aggressiveness, like in peakiness off of Beef Stew. Like I would like to see him step in because right, I wouldn't say he's expendable, but he kind of is when it comes to that regard, like in terms of like who Orlando's picking with. So I would like to see him be a little bit more active on the aggressive defensive end.
He got to get in the game to do that.
Yeah,
He
he
ain't
ain't
Yeah,
played
played
exactly.
yet.
enough.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
then there's that because I think he played what like 8 minutes the other game or something like that, or
It was
so
eight
that's
choppy minutes though. No disrespect, but it was 8 choppy minutes.
yeah. So I'm like, is JB doing something with that or saying something with that? I don't know. I hope not because I really want him to have a series, but.
Yeah, mine was a SAR, man. I was mostly talking about like his defense because he's not a good scorer, like but he did this game give you 17, which more than expected. He did give you 8 rebounds, and the part I hate when he shot that three, I'm like, no, don't shoot that three, but he got one.
He
But
had no choice. He had no
yeah,
choice. I think the shot clock was running down.
yeah, but I mean, he gave me a efficient game. He was 7 for 10. He was crashing the board, so we know him for his defense, but I'll take that 17 points.
Okay, so you know what? We're gonna make this quick. 7 minutes, 2 points, -10. That's all you need to talk about.
Word. So can y'all all come up with collectively one player of the game?
Asar Thompson.
Actually, I'm
I'm
gonna
going to
say
start.
Jay. I'm not gonna say Jalen Brown. I'm gonna say Tobias Harris.
Mm.
Dude
That's
hit
what
a
I was gonna
lot
say,
yesterday.
Tobias.
Dude showed out yesterday. Come on, man. Clutch shots,
All right,
buckets.
you the tie break, Zach. Who you got? Tobias Harris or Sir Thompson for the what is this? The Back to the Palace Pistons report player of the game.
Man, I was gonna go Asar. I'm definitely gonna go with Asar. Yeah, Asar. Yeah, yeah, he's really not known as a scorer, but he was getting buckets yesterday, and on top of playing solid defense, which he already does. So we definitely need to see more of that from Asar going in tomorrow's game. But yeah, my pick is Asar.
All right,
Ain't go
so
wrong with neither one of them.
Mm-hmm.
all right. So that was a closer look at that Game 3 loss to the Orlando Magic, and we're gonna go ahead and take a closer look at Game 4 with that Game 4 preview. So who wants to go first? Or yeah, who wants to go first? Tell me, how do you see Game 4 going? And you can talk about whatever. Yeah, no, just how do you see Game 4 going? Is it a win or is it a loss? And what happens?
I think we win, fellas. Game 4. Honestly, I think it's going to be a win by us. I think we should do some lineup changes though, like far as starting this game. Like see how the start lineup starts first, and then switch with a lineup of K, Asar, Tobias, Stu, and Doran if that start lineup doesn't work out beginning of the game. Switch up a little bit and keep Orlando on their toes. I think we win this game. I think we win pretty convincingly this game, probably by at least 10 to 15 points, and set the tone for Game 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say back to my original point. I'm gonna say the game still need to be played through during and then kind of like going back out. See what Duncan Robinson can do the first 4 or 5 minutes, but if not, then do a major lineup change, stick with it, pull a rabbit out they hat, do some old magic to the magic. But yeah, throw that game off.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with both of you guys. Yeah, I see Game 4 definitely being a win, being another wake up call like Game 1 was. Yeah, we definitely need to make some adjustments for sure. Um, we definitely got to stop that 3-point shot from the Magic. We basically got to get back to what won us Game 2, uh, and we got to do that for the rest of the series. So yeah, Game 4 should be a win. I got full confidence that we can pull it off.
Yeah, I would agree. Like I said earlier, they usually play better when they backs against the wall. They know they got to win this one, so of course they, like everybody said, you got to make some adjustment. If it's lineup adjustments or defense adjustments, whatever the case may be. And like Zach said, man, we got to get them off that 3-point line, man.
Yeah.
If we do that, everybody play that role. I think we should play a little bit. Rollins, we should play him a little bit more, man, just to see if he could give us that spark off the bench. Maybe he can start up, that defense and get us on transition, fast breaks. And just try it out. Even try B-ball Paul too. Get him some more minutes. If Duran's still playing the same, and then I think if we play that, and then everybody aggressive play Pistons defense, I think we should win this game. And I'll say we do that, we should win at least by 10 or more.
Close it out,
I
D.
say if,
Will.
I say if we have another third quarter like game two, then we'll be fine. But for
Yep.
whatever reason, we do not come out with intensity. We do not come out till we get punched in the mouth about 4 or 5 times, and then we have to respond. Lineup changes, I'm cool. Whatever we need to do something. Um, Unfortunately, as much as I'm a Pistons fan, I just don't think they have what it is with the energy that's going to be in the building for Game 4 because of how what it means. What Orlando win on Game 4, I just don't see. I just don't see Detroit doing what they need to do. So unfortunately, like I said, I think this is going to be a 7 game series. I think Orlando's going to win this next game, Game 4, not by much, but just the collapse of using all the energy they had for Game 3 to come back from 17 down, only to lose like they did. I just took the wins out of the sails. I don't think Ron Holland is going to make much of a difference, even though he didn't play in Game 3. I don't think he's going to make that much of a difference because he's not that prolific of a scorer. I think defensive wise, he'll make a uh, uh, great impact. And maybe that's what you need. Maybe that's what we needed in Game 3
Yeah.
down the stretch. That one defensive player that's going to come in and change the game. I don't know, but confidently wise, I don't see Detroit winning Game 4.
Mm, well. So, Dave, go ahead and with the dagger through the hearts of Pistons fans, maybe. But Dave, I can throw it right back to you. Go ahead and give me your offensive and defensive keys to victory.
Offensive keys are coming out with the intensity that you played with in quarter three and prolong that 48 minutes. Defensive keys, keep up the rotation. Changes. Me and the fellas were talking behind the scenes. I would switch the defensive assignments to start off the game. I probably would start Duran on Pablo just to get Duran going. When you face a matchup like that, it probably gets you going on the offensive end. So I think I would change that up and have Tobias going to Wendell Carter because they don't run any offense for Wendell Carter. So that gives Tobias a little bit of a drop off on the defensive end to have more energy on the offensive end to contribute.
You don't think that would immediately lead to Jalen Duran being in foul trouble?
And that's why we talked about. And if he picks up in the first five possessions are your tester. If he picks up a foul, even in the first three possessions, if he picks up a foul, switch it back. But just try something. Do something. Shot in the arm. What's those things in the ER, the clear and the shot? Do something. God, Lee, do something. Because what you doing right now ain't working.
True.
It's not to start the game and not in the middle of the game. Now at the end, for whatever reason, the starters get this. I don't know if they have a players only huddle, whatever. They get this urgency, but you need to do something at the start of the game.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
agree. We got to start off with that intensity the whole game, man. Not just spurts of the game for on offense, man. We got to play that like if we play that the whole game, we a pretty good squad, man. And defensive wise, we got to get some steals. I mean, we got to get steals, running transitions, turn them into points. That's how most of a lot of our points come from. Is that defense? Um, Changes we might have to do some changes. I don't know what the changes may be. Duncan might have to play less just because he a liability, like we were saying earlier on defense. Um, and then I don't know if we play the way we're supposed to play. I think we should be good.
I'm going to say offensively, the game got to be played inside out. We need some for sure shots. We can't fall down our rabbit hole, make or break threes. Like we need some for sure offense going, and I believe that's going to start with JD and moving it back out. Have Tobias still attack, but more so go the JD route. Defensively, I need some energy from everybody. And that's why I'm an advocate for Ron Holland because he's a good, bounce back and forth defender. So I would like to see him on the floor and make sure that we don't get another Desmond Bain fiasco again.
So I'm just gonna go with the game plan. I would say better shooting from everybody, and I'm gonna piggyback off what Q said. Inside out, get Duran involved early in the game so he can get his feet wet and get the offense going. K do his thing, be aggressive early in the game, attack and be aggressive. So we need our biggest two players to step up this game, man. We need Cade and Duran to hold their own, man. They are two stars. They need to step up and be that for this game. Defensively, we need to play back to Piston basketball, man. Attack, turn the ball over, create offense that way too. Get fast breaks, leads to better shooting from Herder and Duncan and Javante. No kind of guys like that. So I think once the Pistons get back to fast breaks and off turnovers and transition points, we should be fine this game, honestly.
All right, fellas. So, offensively, we got to jump on the Magic right from the get go. We definitely got to impose our will offensively, not just doing spurts, just like Caddy said. We got to do that for a full 48 minutes. We got to get good shots. And we definitely, going off what Q and J Riv said, we definitely got to get Duran involved because he's kind of just not been impactful when we've needed him to be impactful. He's just been letting Wendell Carter Jr. outplay him, and that's not the Duran that I know. And that's not the Duran that we've seen all season long. So the Duran that we've seen from the regular season, that's who needs to show up for tomorrow's game. Defensively, we gotta get the Magic off that 3-point line. um, because they've been bearing us with those threes. We got to shut down that 3 point line. We can't have Desmond Bain going 5 for 7. We can't from the 3 point range. We can't have Jay Suggs lighting us up from 3 point range. Yeah, we definitely gotta get back to playing Detroit basketball defensively, and if we can do that for a full 48 minutes, we should be good, and we should be able to pull out Game 4 with the win.
I do like the lineup changes and everything like that, but like I asked y'all then, or I had asked when y'all came back around with the change with putting, let's say, Stewart in the lineup and things like that. I would think that's gonna cause foul trouble immediately. Dang near he gonna be on Paolo. That's gonna be their game plan. Just go right in his chest, get him a couple fouls right quick. But even if, let's say, if it don't work out that way, to Dave's point, you play them a few possessions to see. Then maybe if Dern is still struggling a little bit, that gives you more opportunity to give Paul Reed some burn. But let's go ahead and look at them betting odds. And this one around looks like the same. I got this from the MGM app on my phone. Now again, is this the same? I think this looked like the exact same. I went to the game tomorrow, so they got that looks the exact same as last time though. And this is a 2.5 point favorite for the Pistons, right? They got the
Yep.
over under at oh no, this time around they got it's what's the better bet on this one? Is it it's a better bet on the under, I suppose, and then it's plus money on Orlando with the money line. What do you guys if you got $17, which one you putting it on?
Money line for me.
Which way?
The Pistons money line.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Pistons spread. I don't. The Pistons haven't hit their spread. I don't believe series long. So they're gonna hit it this time around.
I'm gonna do the money line on the Pistons for me too. That's what I pick.
Uh, yeah, I'll probably go Piston money line. I think they win this game.
I'm gonna go with the majority, but I'm not a better, so I'm gonna go with the majority.
Yeah, I don't be betting neither. But just a quick question: I had that right, right? The no, is the better money on the over? When looking at that, what's the better bet? Over or under?
Probably under.
Uh,
I'm gonna go under.
Under, ain't it?
Under.
I
If
think
yeah.
it's
y'all
under.
can
Yeah.
see it,
Lately
yeah. If
it's
y'all can
been
see it,
under. Yeah.
the under is minus 115. The over is minus 105.
Mm.
So the favorable is the under because that's what's been happening the series all season, all series long is the under. Um, um, I would say we are due for OT or something soon. The way they've been playing, so that's why I've been leaning towards over.
Mm.
Let
Well,
it get to game 7, and then you'll have your OT. Let it get to game. The way, no, I'm just being honest with you. The way these teams have been playing, the way they've
Yeah.
been going back and forth and stuff like that. Let it get to game 7. That's when you get your OT.
game four predictions. This is probably a must win, right? We all agree on that, especially if they want to win this series. Well, unless your D will. But he no, that's a good prediction though. But well, I don't know what because I don't be betting anyway. But if I had $17, I probably I probably bet the Pistons with that 2.5. That's just to cover, right? Or something like that. They got to win by at least 2.5, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Right, right.
All right.
so go ahead, D will give me your score and game predictions for the game four.
110, 110, 105 Orlando.
I'll go 104, 100. Detroit.
I'll do 100 to 90 Pistons.
I'm going 109 to 104 Pistons.
I'm gonna go 102, 96 Pistons.
All right, so game four is gonna be a very, very, very big one. Let's see how it ends up. So thank y'all for sticking around. Go ahead and throw some likes around and go ahead in the comments. Go ahead if you have any lineup changes or anything like that. Maybe some defensive assignment switches, some matchup differences, things like that. Let us know. Until then, we'll see y'all in the next one.
Peace out.
All right, y'all.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Let's take a look at the Pistons' upcoming schedule. There aren't many left, courtesy of Best Buy. Watch them all on Fox Sports Detroit. Low in the lane for the hook, and he hit it. Count that, baby, and a foul. They're going to blow the whistle.
It's time. It's playoff time.